We're going to show you all of the speakers that we currently have available here at screamingchicken.com. Hey guys, Kevin with Screaming Chicken here. Today we're going to go over all of our options for your dash speakers for your 67 through 69 and then your 70 through 81 Camaros and Firebirds. We're going to show you all of the speakers that we currently have available here at screamingchicken.com. We're going to show you how this bracket allows you to upgrade the speakers into your first or second gen and change your speaker size because of availability. And then we're going to show you the install in one of our house cars, a 76 Camaro that we've got out in our other shop. There's a couple different ways we offer this. One is you can buy just the bracket and supply your own speakers. So what we offer you is the main bracket that you'll attach your speaker to. This will fit most 4-inch speakers. As you can see, it's slotted to fit different bolt patterns. So a lot of speakers are just slightly different. So we slotted this so it'll fit most. And then depending on if you have a first or second gen, we've got your first gen adapter and mounting bracket here, and then your second gen one here. This is real simple to put together. You'll just take your screws and wing nuts that we supply, and then we also supply the hardware to mount to the car as well. This bracket just sits on top. Drop your screw through, and then on the bottom you'll tighten up your wing nut, and this you can see as well is slotted for a little bit of adjustment. When these cars were built, they're not like today's cars. They're all a little bit different, so being able to adjust this a little bit for each car is a very key piece. These are all made out of aluminum, and then we have them powder coated. We designed these here, and then we have them made locally at a machine shop here in Texas. So this is all American made. One of the reasons we use aluminum is there are some other products on the market made out of plastic, but especially down here in the southern part of the US where it's hotter, and if you live around the world and shop from us, you know, if you live in a warmer region, plastic degrades. You know, plastic can melt in extreme heats, and you don't realize it so much, but speakers are heavy. This is one of the lighter speakers that we offer, and it's about average for the market, but it's 2 pounds. You put a pound on each side of a thin piece of plastic like this, and over time, you're gonna get it to bow. So making it out of aluminum, this is sturdy. You know, you can look at this one, and it doesn't deflect any. It's got a good amount of strength. This is gonna last a lifetime versus plastic breaking down and degrading over time. One of the things to consider if you are supplying your own speakers and just getting the bracket from us is, well, there's a couple things actually. One is if it's a speaker with a tweeter, which most of these have, you don't want it to protrude very much over the top of the speaker so that you're not getting into your dash. You can see these are almost flush, so these work real well. The other thing is your total depth of speaker, especially on a second gen. You've got your HVAC tubing right below this. So what we say is we try to stick to something that's around, you know, just under 2 inches is what this one is. So do this. It's about just under 1.75 inches. So 1.6, 1.7 inches. And that's about where you want to be so that you're not getting into your HVAC tubing. This is actually a little bit shallower than what your factory speaker is. We used to have a factory speaker floating around here, but we moved a while back and it got lost in the move. So this actually will give you a little bit more room between this and your HVAC, but we still like to say try to stay in that realm. That way you don't have any issues. Okay, so our current speaker offerings here at screamingchicken.com are, we have the Rockford Fosgate 14Xs. These are a good quality speaker at a bargain price. We've put these in a lot of vehicles. We've been really happy with them. They have a bass blocker so that you can't blow them up by putting too much bass to them. And actually all of these here on the table have that same feature. These fit really well. You can see in the picture, they've got a small tweeter, so they fit real well up in both year ranges of cars. From there, we've got the Polk Kenwood and Pioneers, all of these are going to have a little bit bigger and better tweeter. You can see how much bigger this one looks here on the Kenwoods that we have mounted. These are all going to be a little bit more expensive. With the Pioneers, you do have to bottom mount them versus top mounting like we have the Kenwoods. They're just, the tweeter on it sticks up a little bit higher, but they still fit just fine. Again, all of these have the base blocker. These are a little bit more expensive. We've got the Polk DB402, my personal favorite. We've got the Kenwood 1098 RS, and then we've got the Pioneer A1081F. So a lot of people always ask us, what's the best speaker? Well, it depends. If you've got a car that's got air conditioning and you just want to run the better speakers off of your factory stereo or maybe just an aftermarket stereo, the speakers that we just covered are great for that. If you want to get a lot more sound so that you can drive your convertible 80 miles an hour down the highway with the big block and open headers, you're going to want to upgrade to something like one of these two with an amp. So first we've got our Rockford Fosgate Punch series. These are the P1 V2s. These are a 3-way coaxial speaker. These can handle up to, let's see here, it's up to 150 watts peak. They run at about 75 on average. These will just take a lot more power and get a lot more sound out of them. We've got one here out of the box. You can see, it's got a nice clean basket. The depth on these is roughly the same as these others, so they still install great. The tweeter doesn't protrude, so they're a real good option if you want to have an amp where you can, like I said, drive down the highway in a convertible. The other option we have is from Audio Control. These are about the same depth. They take a little less power than the Rockfords, but they're still a good option. We have these in another car with an amp that I'm going to show you in just a second with some stats on. They sound real good. Both of these do. These are a little bit bigger. These clean up a little bit nicer on the back end. They're very similar, but these give you a nicer packaging with the way this basket's made. If you're wanting to run a little bit of mid-range out of your dash speakers, you probably want to go with something like the Audio Control. If you're running a subwoofer and some decent speakers in the back and you just need your highs, you've got a much better tweeter in the Rockford Fosgate. Due to some new technology, these Rockford Fosgates are only a few months old. They're real new to the market. They were able to package these better than the way these packaged, as I was mentioning with that basket and all. So it's the tech of this with the new technology, so you get a little better packaging. And they were able to get the weight down on these as well. I'm gonna move around so I can see. As you can see, these are 4 pounds. You do have a little bit of packaging weight here, but not much. These come in at 3.3, so that's 3/4 of a pound. And on the box, Rockford actually lists these for the speakers as 2.17 pounds. So that's quite a bit of difference. Like I said, you do get some packaging weight, but you're losing almost a pound just with the Rockfords. The way that these mount in the car with the bracket, we don't recommend the audio controls with the first gens. We would put them in the second gens. And the reason for that, I'm gonna grab this right here. You see this little hook here? You get 2 mounting points with the second gen, whereas with the first gen, get it off this magnet, this hooks in below and then all your weight sits here, so the weight of the speakers hang. It's fine with the lighter ones, but we wouldn't recommend doing that with the heavier audio controls. As I mentioned earlier, these really run best. You can run them off a head unit by itself, but they really run best with an amplifier. We have this specific one in another car that we have. So I'm just going to use these stats. At 4 ohms, it puts out 90 watts a channel. So anywhere in that 90, 100 watt a channel at 4 ohm, these 2 speakers are going to perform really, really well, and you're going to get great sound out of them. That's where I was saying earlier, if you want to run down the highway in your convertible, that's where you kind of want to be. So this one's just for an example. We do offer it here at screamingchicken.com, but if you have a brand preference, somewhere in that stat realms where you want to be. All right, so for the one oddball thing out of the group, if you have a 79 through 81 Firebird, and this is Firebird only, not Camaro, that had factory dash speakers, you will need a little bit different setup. They will use, these are 3.5-inch speakers. They go on the outsides of your dash instead of in the center like the others. You will have to keep your factory bracket. No one is reproducing them right now. So you'll have to remove your factory speaker from the factory bracket to mount these two. And again, remember, this is only 79 through 81 Firebird specifically, but we do offer a Pioneer, the power base, and then this is the audio control, and then a power base for those cars as well. But those are kind of an oddball deal, and that's only if you had the factory speakers in the dash. Other than that, everything else would be the same. All right, guys, you can see we're in a car that is completely ripped apart. Terrible to look at, but it does allow us to give you the best view of this install, so it's going to work out for us. You're going to want to start with getting your bracket where it's flush to the edge. This is going to give you the best starting point that we've found, and then you'll be able to adjust it for your needs. We were just out here playing with this one, so this is where we need to be. You're going to take your little screw piece, your nut piece, and slide it over this bracket. Like so. Again, we provide this. You're going to take this hook and it's going to slide into the front of the dash here. And then you may have to do a little bit of wiggling to get it to kind of slide up to where you need. I just pulled it out again. There we go. And then your screw is going to come in from the driver's side into this other bracket that comes down. And you just screw it in there. This is a 5/16 for the second gen. The first gen is a little bigger, so be aware of that. There we go. Now we're in the hole. And I've just got it started. You can see the head of the bolt comes through here on the driver's side, and it comes through the clip on the passenger side. And then you're just going to tighten this up. Once you get it tight, the weight of the speakers will sit on this screw, and then up here where we slid the black bracket through there. Alright. And that's the install, guys. Real simple. It's great that we have this car that's, you know, practically junk that we could show you this in. So you would have to do this around your dash in your car at home, but you can see it just slides in one bolt once you've got it assembled. And then the factory HVAC stuff is here. It's kind of loose, but you would have your hoses and stuff here, but you can see there's still plenty of room here. One other thing to note too, guys, if you do buy the speakers and the bracket complete from us, we give you a little bit of Dynamat to put in here. You can kind of see there's a little bit of wobble room. You can take the Dynamat and put on here, and so it'll help push up against your dash. It'll make sure you don't get any rattles or wobbles in here. All right, guys, that was a lot of information on your dash speakers for your 67 through 69 and your 70 through 81s. If you have any questions, give us a call, shoot us an email. We also offer a pretty good selection on rear speakers, radios, amplifiers. You know, like I said, if you have any questions, give us a call, shoot us an email. We'd love to help you out here at screamingchicken.com. Come see us. As usual, you know, like, subscribe, share. We'll see you guys in the next video.